In this video, we're going to build a dynamic navigational component that allows authors to easily add and remove pages. As developers, there's a number of things we need to be aware of, but CQ provides all of the classes that make building a component like this very easy to do. Let's explore how to do that. So I'm going to open up CRXDE here, and I'm going to go to my training project that you see here, and this is our first content component. So inside of the content component folder here, I'm just going to say new component, and I'm going to build a brand new component called TopNav. So this is going to be our top navigational component, okay? And I'm going to say training top navigation component, and again I'll give it a description of top navigation components. In this case, I don't need to specify any super resource type or any group, and I'll just click Finish. And what this will do is this will simply just build me a new component called TopNav, and you'll see that it builds a default JSP. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my code snippets, and you'll see we have the actual code here under topnav.rtf, and I'm just going to copy and paste this code into my component. So I'm going to right-click and copy that, and then I'm going to erase what's the default inside of this JSP, and I'm going to paste this code inside of this JSP. So you'll see what it's doing is we're importing some different Java classes that we'll be using. So again, we're importing the iterator Java class, as well as some classes from the CQ libraries, including the text class, the page filter class, the page class, and that sort of thing. You can see here we're building out some helpers to control our HTML, and then we're going to build out the HTML. And here, you'll see I'm actually using this class to get the navigation root page, again, depending on where I am. And you can see I'm getting the current page, and you can see it's getting the absolute parent. And then I'm just making sure that that page exists. And then I'm constructing the HTML unordered list, as you see there. And I'm doing a while loop to actually set that up. And you can see then it's building out the HTML. And here I have a nice dynamic navigational component. Okay, so now I'm just going to hit save, and then I'm going to put this inside of my header.jsp. So I'm going to go back to my page components, my page folder, and I'm going to go back to my content page that is actually rendering the content, and inside of my header.jsp here, I'm just going to replace this with the TopNav section with a CQ include of the component that I just created. I'm going to say CQ include path is equal to TopNav, and then I'll say resource type is equal to training components slash TopNav, just like so. Okay? And again, you could see that this is pointing right to training components, and I forgot to put in my content directory, so I'll put in content there. Training components content slash TopNav. And I'll fix that. And that's pointing to that particular control that I just created, right? That's pointing to my top navigational component. Now let's go ahead and just test this. Okay, so I'll go back to my training site. Okay, and you'll see right here, it's now built out a dynamic navigational component. So again, I went to my root site. If I say English, I click there. You'll see it now says companies, services, and products. So I use this to build out my dynamic navigational component here. And now if I click on products, of course, it will show me the different products as we see there. So you can see it's built out this dynamic navigational component.